hopefully a pretty quick one. I'm going to share my screen again. And call up my notes. Okay, so loan amortization schedules. This thing is what tells you how much you have in your account. So I'm going to try and simplify this. Let's say I have let's say I have a $10,000 loan. Okay, and my payment is $110 per month. So simplifying, okay, if I take 10,000 and I subtract $110, I'm going to have $9,890 after 1 month. This is a simplified version of that. So this is how much is in the account or in the loan after I make my first payment. And then I make a second payment of 110 and it's going to drop and it's going to drop. That's a simple version of it. But it's not that easy because our loan amortization schedules have to take into effect the interest rate. Okay. So we have to use our simple interest formula. I equals, this is messed up. I need to go in and fix it. I equals principal times rate times time, which decreases each month because of loan payments. So I'm going to come down here to this. Let's begin with payment number 1. Okay, I have an interest on or I have a loan that starts off with $210,000, and my payment is $1,000. $117.15.88 at 5.5% interest annually. So after 1 month, I only pay 1/12 of the interest each month. So I'm coming back to this idea. The interest for the month is the principal times the rate times the time. In other words, the principal is $210,000 times the rate of interest, which is 0.055, times the time in years. Since it's a month, it's 1/12. So that tells me how much interest I have to pay for that month, which ends up being this amount right here, $962.50. So of this $17,000 or $1,715.88, $962.50 is being paid in interest. Okay, and the rest of it goes towards the principal, which drops my thing. So I take my 1,758 and subtract my 962.50 right here, and this is how much I get to put onto my principal. So I take my principal 210,000 and subtract 753.38, and this is my new principal after 1 month. And then for my next payment, I still am going to pay the same amount, 1,715.88, but the amount of interest that I pay changes because I have a new principal. It's 209,000 246.52 times my interest rate, 0.055, times 1/12 because I'm paying 1/12 a month. Okay, so that's what's going on right here. And I get 959. So my interest that I'm paying lessens on the second one. It goes from 962.50 to 959.05. So then I subtract that from the principal or from the payment amount. That tells me how much I pay on my principal. I subtract this from my principal amount, and this is my new principal after 2 months, which is how I build my amortization schedule, which is down below here. Okay. So the interest payment was this much, the principal was this much. I subtracted this from the 210,000 and got my first balance. Then I take this, do all the work again, and I do this for every month. And then after 30 months, after whatever, this is how long it takes to pay off this loan. Okay. So that is a loan amortization schedule. Basically, all you need to know is I'm going to clear this stuff out. To fill this out, once I get going, I take the balance minus the principal payment each time. So here's my principal payment. Here's my balance to start with. So I take that, subtract this, and I get this number. Now I'm going to take this, subtract that, and get that number. And then I take this, subtract that, and get this number. And then I take this, subtract that, and get this number. And that's how I get this. My interest payment is from that formula, I equals PRT, where the principal changes each month and becomes this new principal amount here. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good one.